Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel. So good to be back, and I know it's been a week. Yeah, it's been such a crazy week at work, so I have to work as well, and also when I have time spent on one of my favorite pastimes, obviously it's map creation and farming simulator and all that nice things. Great, man. If this is your first time on my channel, grab something nice to drink, sit back and relax with me, and do hit the subscribe and the like if you haven't done that yet. Thank you so much. And also do share my videos with friends and other game enthusiasts and farming simulator guys. It's always nice to have a good community, and you guys obviously are awesome, so thanks so much for those of you who have been sticking with me and having fun all together as we plow through things and enjoy stuff together. It's a nice journey. Good, man. Excellent, guys. So where are we? I've honestly haven't done anything at all this week. Well, not anything, but I have added some rocks to our mountain. That is where I am. And then obviously 2 tips, guys. I want to quickly show you the very first thing that you mustn't forget, and I have forgotten that in the past, and I've actually released a map without any tip collision. Tip collision is something that you assume is just right, but it isn't. So the very first thing what you need to do to get rid of the tip call of the old map, and what tip collision is it's a mask that prohibits vehicles from tipping and actually getting into places, So everywhere where you want things not to go, you can add a tip collision there. So it's just a mask that you roll over, like seasons or mud or any of those stuff that you add to the map. And yeah, the tip call map, to show you actually just how that looks at the moment. We're still on, obviously, because we've made this map from one of the in-game maps. The tip call will be from there. So you go here to the foliage layer, terrain layer. Not that one, sorry, man. A little bit down to the info layer. There's the tip call. So make sure that is selected. Obviously, you have here the farmland and the tip call. And if you've got seasons and mud, it will also be in here, seasons and mud. But at the moment, we haven't added any of that yet. Mud, I think I'm going to do mud on this map just for an exercise, because there's been some guys asking how to add mud to a map, so I'll do add mud to the map just to make it interesting and show you guys how to do that. But we were talking about the tip call. We're also going to add seasons to the map, obviously, because HoggsBack is renowned for its snow in July. They actually have a festival, Christmas in July. Yeah, at HoggsBack, because it snows there every year in July, because July is middle of our winter, Anyway, so here we go, guys. Tip call, make sure that's selected, click on that, and there you can now see this is the tip call from the old, I think it's a US map, yes. And what you do, I'll just go to our brush, max out to 1,200, or make it 1,000 or 500, whatever size you fancy. 500 will be that high. Right click to just remove. Make sure your right click is selected, to right mouse button to subtract, otherwise it won't work. And then yeah, you just remove the old tip call. Very important, guys. If you don't do that, you're going to be in trouble, and you're going to have stuff, weird things happening on your map, like areas that you can plant and areas you can't plant, and all kinds of stuff that doesn't want to work in certain areas, So at the moment, what you do to once you've finished your whole map, you can create a new tip call for it. I'll show you that process. It's actually very easy. You just go to scripts, map, create a ground collision map, and then you'll replace 2 files in the one that it creates, you replace with the in-game one, and whoop, there you go, voila, you've got a new tip call all sorted. But I'll show you guys that once we have a better looking map, because at the moment it's like crazy, Good. Alright, so what I've been doing, the other thing, obviously the other thing is, if you go into your map directory, mine is here, your map preview icons that you will do later on. If you open the maps folder, you also got your map, the actual PDA. So this PDA, you can clearly see it's the old maps PDA. So those also needs to be replaced. I'd normally do that like almost just before release, you know, because then you want to make the PDA when you actually have a full functioning map, you know, because you're going to take a photo of the map. So you don't want to take a photo there when it's not looking good or not finalized yet. Anyways, good. So I've been fiddling around with the rocks, and this is now one of the reasons why I haven't deleted the in-game rocks that came with the map, because they are handy to have. You don't have to import anything. You can just manipulate them and put them in places where you want. And while fiddling around with this, I also add soil and remove soil and patch up here and there to make things look better, you know. But yeah, good. So yes, that's why I leave the rocks part of the map, you know, so that we can just replace them and add them where they want to be. Anyways, that is where I am currently. Just giving you a quick update on what I've been doing. Yeah, I've just been adding these rock formations, because in the real world one, there is some nice rocks here on the cliff, and I'm going to still be adding a lot of them here on the top of the ridge, you know, because that's where they are in the actual map. If you want to have a look at the actual map, let's quickly just pop that up again. It's right at the bottom is my plane. If you look at the plane, that's basically what it looks like in real life. That's crazy, but that's what it is. Get a bit of a better picture when you zoom out. So that's what I'm going to try and just simulate, you know. Not going to get it real, but just to get my wife and I am actually going to drive out there to HoggsBack. Maybe today, I don't know. We'll have a look what it looks like, and then we're going to take a lot of photos of the area. So just for interest's sake, you know, it's always good to have some actual photos of the area to get a better feel for the whole thing, you know. But yeah, that's basically the plan. Great. So drop that guy down again. And it's nice to have a reference like that, you know, so then you can actually understand what you're working with, you know, and work accordingly. Good. And all these buildings and stuff, I haven't even bothered to move them around, because I'll get to them later on. See what I want to keep and what I want to lose. Like obviously this BGA whole setup I'll definitely keep. This is, I think, don't know what was this, but anyway, we'll have a look. Not important now. Definitely not important now. There's quite a nice amount of buildings. This one is underground. Look at this old factory, whatever this is. Nice little plant, and this saves you hours of work, guys. If you want to place this whole plant into spot now, obviously it's a power plant. Look at that. You obviously go to that, and that's not the main one yet. There it is. So there you've got a whole plant already built for you. Saves you hours and hours of work. And I must say, guys, it's the very first time that I'm doing a map this way. Previous maps that I've built, I've started with a blank canvas and imported every tiny little thing that I used. So this way, it's going to save me hours and hours of work, you know. So all I do with this plant now is I can move it about. Just make sure you move the whole thing, because if you move one part separately, you're going to have a problem. And if stuff is on different heights, move that afterwards, but move the main transform, because otherwise, yeah, you're going to have problems. So I just Control B that, place it where I want it, and there it is. You can already see there's some stuff that's left behind. So that's also things that you need to be worried about or check out, so like the signage. Yeah, it's just the signage that's left behind. You see, so obviously the power poles we'll not worry about those now. We'll sort that out later on. So I'm just going to Control Z because otherwise I forget later on where I was. So when I get to that, I'll do the whole thing properly. You know, that is why it's sometimes good to not. What's this spot country? Yeah, that is separate things. You can move them separately. That's all right. Good. Anyways, guys, yeah. So that is where we are at the moment. Unfortunately, not much to be raving about. I've just been so busy at work. We've had some crises this week which I had to sort out, and I just didn't have time. At night, you get home, you're tired. You know, you just want to sit and relax a bit. I don't want to over-exercise my brain, you know. And then apart from that, I'm also doing, I've started a C++ course on Udemy. Also just started that. I've actually bought this course about a year ago. I haven't had time for it. And I've just started to look into a bit of the lectures and that. And yeah, it is very interesting. I've just sort of set up my whole computer now to accommodate that, installed all the necessary tools and software, and I've just started the first lesson. So that is also something very exciting. I've done the Blender course, which is awesome. I actually haven't finished that, but yeah, I've went into the Blender course until the spot where I'm happy I can use Blender, you know, and then from there on I normally figure things out myself, you know. But obviously with the programming, it's not going to be like that, you know. It's a different thing. It's a new language that you need to learn, you know. You can't figure that out on your own, you know. So you have to have someone showing you the ropes, and that's why I've bought this course, because I'm really interested in writing my own stuff, you know, doing my own things, and just getting more involved in the programming side of things. Don't know where it's gonna go, but yeah, I've always been interested in that. I just never had the time to do it, and I've just decided, you know, if you don't do it, you're never gonna get to it, you know, that type of thing. Just do it, man. Great. Guys, anyways, I'm going to leave the video here. It's unfortunately not much, but it's just always nice to chat and just update you guys on where I am and what I'm doing. And always lekker just to sit and relax and push out a video and just share a little bit of what's happening in my surroundings. Good, man. Guys, you've been awesome. Remember to like and subscribe, and definitely help sharing. I appreciate that. And a big thank you to my Patreons and PayPal supporters. I really appreciate you guys. It is awesome having you around. And consider, if you haven't, please consider getting involved with Patreon or with PayPal. Doesn't matter. It do help me a lot. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that very much. Good, man. Until next time, guys, have fun, and drop your ideas and thoughts. I will definitely make a video on adding mud. I might do it just as just a tutorial and add it to the map creation series, but we'll see. But I'm definitely going to add mud to this map just for fun, as well as seasons. I'm not going to go too much crazy, but yeah, I just want to add that to us so that we can see how that's done. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Nice to chat. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.